And welcome to... Why are you singing that song?
I don't know, it's in my head. It's in my head.
Welcome to A1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for
Good morning.
Wednesday, October 18th. I feel like when I wear a hat, you can't see my face. We need to bring in that ring light.
Where do you put a ring light? Like right here?
You'd put it right here. Yeah.
Good morning. Afternoon delight.
I don't understand why you're singing that song.
Have you guys ever watched Anchorman? Some people don't like shows like that.
I didn't like it the first time I watched it.
Really?
It was like Anchorman was so funny. It's so ridiculous. But like the first time I watched it, I didn't think it was that funny. And I actually said that to somebody. And they told me this. They were like, dude, it's so outrageous that the first time I watched it, I couldn't really get into it. But the second time I watched it, like I was kind of over how ridiculous it was. And it was like the funniest thing ever. And that's exactly what happened for me. I was like, oh my God, this is genius. But it took 2 times. So every now and then Jeannie breaks out in song. And today her song is Afternoon Delight, which was...
Don't they sing that? Don't
so
all the
funny,
boys like sing it in the...
So funny that it was featured in the movie.
I love Will Ferrell. He's like probably one of my favorite. I mean, he's a comedian, right? Or just actor or people or Hollywood personalities. He's like one of my all-time favorite. Do you guys remember when he and Terry O'Ferry used to be...
Sherry O'Terry? Terry O'Ferry?
What's her name? Sherry O'Terry?
Sherry O'Terry.
Oh, it all sounds the same, right?
Oh my God. You cannot say that.
Oh my God. We
were talking about how Jeannie...
HR. I get referred
Jeannie is
to
an HR nightmare.
I'm an HR nightmare. Because that was rude, right? Who says that like it all sounds the same? That's rude.
That'd be like saying so many things that could be so offensive to you.
I don't get offended. I don't know. People get offended so easy these days. None of it bothers me, but that's the bad thing, because since it doesn't bother me, I think it doesn't bother you. And that's not always true.
We've learned that's not always true.
Yeah. So I try. Anyways, I feel much better today. Yesterday, as soon as the live feed was over, I started climbing onto the floor to lay down. And Patrick goes, "You gotta go home." I just got down on the floor on the carpet. Both of us had a great night's sleep last night. So Ken Burns, shout out to Ken Burns.
Why are you even bringing it up?
Because
you fell asleep. You haven't even watched any of it.
I love Ken Burns. So Ken Burns does documentaries, and he does
PBS documentaries.
Are they all on PBS? They must all be on PBS. He does American Experience, and he does some of the American Experience. I love Ken Burns. Ken Burns just came out with a new documentary, and it's called The American Buffalo. Is that what it's called? So I was so excited last night to watch it, and so we start watching it, and probably like 5 minutes in, I was like... And I just couldn't. I tried so hard to keep my eyes open. But the whole point is, it was probably at like 9 o'clock. Do you think that was like 9 o'clock?
It was like 9:30. It was late. We ate late last
9:30, and
I'm ordering us food early from Liberty tonight. We're not cooking.
We cooked last night because my friend is here, and so, I want to entertain her. Yeah. So I was really tired, but still
we have some stuff going on in our lives, though.
And so, but I made the like quick, easy Korean dishes, right? It didn't take us that long.
No, we started cooking when we got home at about 6, and we sat down and finished dinner at like 8:30. It was a long time.
Really?
I mean, we made 1, 2, 3, 4.
We made
like 5 dishes.
So all of these dishes have names. They have like real names. Like this is called this, but in our house we just put the word Korean in front of it. So we had Korean egg, Korean spinach, Korean cucumber, Korean tofu. Because I don't know what the real names.
We know what the real names
I
were.
have no idea what the real names are.
It was like oi kimchi and
that wasn't oi kimchi. That was oi puchinga.
See, you know what the
But
name
in
is.
our house, we just put the word Korean in front of it.
So
and
when the
that
kids
defines
were
the
little, that's how we did it.
Yeah, the kids aren't little anymore, and we still do it.
I'm just saying that's how the habit developed.
Do you think nothing's popped up?
I think we're probably not, because it looks like everything's fine.
Everything's fine?
We'll see. I mean, maybe it'll show us that we're dropping frames, but I think we're okay.
Okay, we have a couple of things to talk about. We put some grade in yesterday, and we're going to start doing this, and we're going to put stuff up on the... it's on clearance. It's on the clearance page. This is stuff we're going to be clearancing out. And okay, here we go.
You know why
our
the
date
date
is
is
wrong.
wrong? I didn't touch the date. Let's see, can I edit it?
Korean food is so... I ate so much. I couldn't stop eating. I love Korean food.
I wonder why.
I did grow up with like, my mom was the best. I know you think your mom was the best cook.
Your mom wasn't the best cook.
She wasn't.
Her mom was the
Your
best
mom
cook.
was number 2. Sorry.
Your mom might have been number 3 because her mom was number 1 and number 2.
That's how good she was. Her cooking was so good.
Her mom's food, mom's cooking was
And
crazy.
then when Patrick would come over, then she'd offer him more. He'd eat so much food, and then she'd say, "You have more?" And Patrick would be like,
"Oh my God, I would eat like enough food for like 3 people."
And then what would she say to you?
Then she'd like at the end of the meal, there'd be so much food because there'd be like 12 dishes out. I just fixed it, Lynn. She'd go, "Do you want more? Do you want more?" And I'd finally get to the point where I was like, I cannot possibly eat anymore. Like, we'd spend a week with her parents, and I'd like literally have like a belly at the end of it. Like, I'd be like, "Oh my God, what the heck is going on?" And then she'd be like, "You want more?" And I'd go, "No, I can't eat anymore." And she's like, "Oh, you don't like it? I'll never make it for you again." And I'm like, "No, Mom, I love it." She's like, "Okay, here, have more."
Because that's how you love in Korea, and that's how you love in a lot of cultures with food. Food is love, right? Food is love.
Not in my world.
Food is love. I love you with food.
I'm gonna remain silent on that one.
He has a different idea of love. Oh man. Okay. Back to business. So I feel like I'm crooked. There we go.
My mom was a horrible cook too.
Patrick.
What?
That's not true. Your mom's a great cook. Stop it.
She's become a better cook. If my mom is watching, I totally appreciate all the food you fed me as a kid, but I was ready to eat something different.
Oh my God. All right. We all think our moms are the best cooks, don't we? Okay. So, these are up. So we're clearing these out. And these are fantastic. So these are the inspiration guides.
This is part of our baby lock clearance sale.
Yes. And these are like
Did you put weights in?
The Altair one in because that's like the same. Yeah, so these are the inspiration guides, and these are magnificent. What makes the inspiration guide different from just your manual is it's more like a workbook, and it's filled with. I'll show you one of these because I have one open. Do I have a Triumph one open? It's gonna show you pictures of stitches and make recommendations for what kind of threads you should use. I think I had an open Victory one, so I'm gonna show you the Victory one. So Baby Lock does a fantastic job with these, with their inspiration guides. And so they'll be full color and like real detail information about what different parts are. Great illustrations, more than what you're going to have in your within your manual. And like, I love this. This is like, this explains to you like what your differential feed is, and it shows you where it is, like our exclusive overlock thread delivery system. This is explaining to your stitch selector, and it's for wide overlock stitches, use the left needle. So I think it's more what would you say? I don't want to say thorough. It's thorough in a different way. And then it'll go into, you know, different thread types. So if you have a serger and you haven't been using it, or you want to use different threads with it, but you don't know when or where, that's when this can really, really shine. So, you know, explanation on your different serger feet and when you're going to want to use them. It's going to have the different stitches, and it shows you where the threads go on the different stitches. And then it's going to have, then it goes into serger technique. And this is going to be the same for the Accolade, the Triumph, the Acclaim.
She's not telling you to buy the Victory Inspiration Guide for those machines. What she's telling you is...
Are you translating for me?
I am. What she's telling you is the inspiration guides for those other machines are going to have similar information. So she's not saying... the Victory is the same as these other machines. She's saying that, like, when you look and you see those inspiration guides, you're going to see them for those machines. So get the appropriate inspiration guide for the machines, because I think we have most of them available.
We do. So if you wanted to piece with a scant 1/4 inch on your serger, there's an explanation here. If you want to make tassels on your serger, then it tells you what thread to use, how to set up your machine, and then a detailed instructions on how to do it. If you're interested in using the beading foot, I love the beading foot. I never used the beading foot, and then I got out my inspiration guide. I was, you know, somebody had done the pumpkin pizzazz with the beading foot, and instead of on the edge doing the 3-thread overlock, they had put beads on the edge, and I was like, oh, that's fantastic. I want to do that. Got out the inspiration guide, and it just explained to you how to set everything up, what foot to use, and went through a detailed explanation along with special tips. So if you have any of these sergers and you feel like you're not using it to its fullest, you should get an inspiration guide, or you should just get one anyways, just for those quick questions that you have. I don't know why I can't. Can you fix this so it's straight? My hat. Would you fix it for me? That was a big turn. There. It's opposite when you look in here. So when I think I have to go right.
Most people could figure that out.
Oh my. That's not a very nice thing to say to me when I'm struggling.
This is why I love you. You keep me entertained.
So
you give me things to translate.
Yes. So this is the Victory. They're normally $169, and we have this on the site for $39.99. So you have no reason not to get it. So it's $39.99. We also have I didn't grab them all, but there's the Triumph one, and the Triumph does more. It's
a much bigger book.
It's a bigger book.
It's a much bigger book. They are more expensive.
This is the Solaris one. This came out for the original Solaris, and a lot of this is still going to apply.
It all still applies. There's just new stuff that's not in the original Solaris inspiration guide.
So, and these are normally $300, and we have them on sale, I think, for $79.99.
Yeah,
no, $69.99.
The Triumph inspiration guide would be fine for the Ovation because all the operation is pretty much the same. Threading is going to be different. And most of the redesign from the Ovation to the Triumph was all basically internal, like settings are all the same, everything's the same. So
most of it's going to be the same. There might be a couple of things that might be a little bit different, but I think we did the Triumph one too. Those are $169. It's on the site for $40. So we're limited to whatever stock we have in store. So
there are a decent number of them though. Like we
probably
found
like
more of
5
them.
or 6 of them or something.
Well, of each.
The Victory we have like 15 of them. But some of them we don't have a lot of. So if you think you might find it handy.
Well, and are these on there too?
Wait, let me talk about that in just a second. Here's the Solaris one. And the Solaris one has a ton of information. And it's broken up into the different parts of your machine. So there's going to be sewing. There's going to be
quilting.
IQ Designer. There's going to be embroidery. So that's how that's going to be broken up. And, I mean, here's recommendations. Have you ever had your thing look a little bit puckery? Well, you can just pull out your inspiration guide and it can show you how to fix that. And then there's going to be, it's like a workbook with projects. So it'll walk you through different things. So if you've always wanted to do Pattern Connect, there's a whole section here that goes through Pattern Connect, all the buttons you need to push. So if you have a Luminaire too, a Luminaire also, you can use this book as well. And if you were to like go through this workbook and just commit, the workbook works best when you open it.
So I can't remember who it was, but we had somebody that was like showing us stuff that like when the Solaris first came out, that was kind of showing us stuff that we hadn't seen before. It was one of our customers. And we literally asked, like, where are you learning this? Right? Because we strive to kind of teach well too. And her comment was literally like, I sit down every day and I go through like 4 or 5 pages of the inspiration guide.
Yeah.
And I just am working my way through it. So yes, the Solaris will work for the Luminaire. The Altair and Meridian books will work for the Stellaire machines. Your Baby Locks are brothers in separate clothing. So it's everything's going to be the same. There will be, in some of the machines, there are going to be areas that aren't discussed, like My Connection, Art Spira, stuff like that. Like, that's not in the Baby Lock machine. So there's not going to be a section for that. We do have, do we have 3 or 4 Luminaire playbooks?
Yeah,
in
we
store?
do have playbooks, and we have those on sale too, but it's not going to be like the deep discount on the Solaris Inspiration Guide.
These are clearance
If you didn't get
items.
it because it was $300, I totally understand, but now it's $69.99, right? So it's a good time to get it.
So, I mean, Shelly, the Solaris book will work for the Luminaire. The buttons are going to be the same, and we do have a Luminaire XP3 playbook. They're more like, I mean, the retail on those is like $5.99.
And I love them for different reasons. There's a lot.
It's a different focus in those books.
If it's a different focus, I feel like almost the inspiration guides can sometimes be more detailed. So let's say you wanted to go into
I think
editing
part of
colors.
that has to do with the videos and
the Luminaire is going to come with videos.
Comes with and it's a lot of video. It comes with a card with a lot of video. Well, I took my hat off because I didn't like the shadows.
Like, look at this detailed explanation that goes into how to edit your colors. Because sometimes the buttons can be confusing. So they show you an example and they walk you through it and they show you all the keys that you need to push. So if you've ever been watching one of, our videos or a video and maybe it goes a little too fast for you, you can slow it all down.
Altair will be the same for the Stellaire.
Yes, and we have some of those.
And so it's the Altair inspiration guide. We don't have many of the Altairs. I think we have like
maybe
3 or 4.
Yeah.
So if you want one of those, jump on it right away. I did have somebody tell me, we've had a number of customers that have both. And so I did have a customer at one point comment that the inspiration guides, basic's not the right word, but it's like a little bit more like step by step, almost. I'm trying to think how to put it because I don't think basic's the right word, but maybe that the playbook was a little bit more oriented towards more advanced techniques too. I don't know because I don't use them.
I don't think so. And when you looked at the because there was Mastering IQ, which we still have that I think up on sale, and it's amazing. And the Mastering IQ book, I liked it because it started with beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Okay. So it went through all of that. So I wouldn't say any of this is. I just feel like it's step by step, and it's fantastic, and it's really packed with information. Information and projects and
a lot of stuff that like addresses I love that your puckering and your lettering.
If you wanted to do flying geese and you want to use your projector or you want to use your guideline marker, like this is going to walk you through that. Because some of you are scared to touch those buttons. I would commit, get one of these, commit to doing, like Patrick said, 2 or 3 lessons a day or a lesson. Commit to opening the book. Because I know some of you collect. So commit to opening the book and pick a lesson. You will be an expert on your machine. Because some of you, you go, I just, I don't know how to use it or I'm scared to push the buttons. This will get you to push those buttons and walk you through it. Where you'll find something where you go, oh my God, that makes my life so much easier.
Okay, so are we talking about these? Because
I only have 2 of these and one of them I'm keeping. So I only put one up. This is, and I didn't put this because this is fantastic too. This is the Serger accessory and attachments. So a lot of people have asked for Serger feet classes, and I can probably get more of these. I just put it up at $79.99. It's normally $169.99, and it walks you through all those Serger feet and attachments, one by one, detailed explanation. So, because we're busy here. I just don't have the time to do the classes for all of those. We'll do them. We'll touch upon them in some of our classes sometimes. But this is going to be Serger accessories. It's specific to that. I have one of them because one of them I'm taking home because I've just, So I have questions too sometimes. This one I will call. And anything else? Are these different from the original? I got an inspiration guide for my Ovation. They add more information. If you have the inspiration guide for the Ovation, that's perfect for you. I wouldn't worry about getting something different. However, this inspiration guide, and if you want it and we sell out of that one that I have on there and the one I'm taking home, I feel like this is fantastic. This is very different from the inspiration guide because this is going to be focused on those Serger feet and attachments. It's going to be focused on that. So, any for the Regalia and Pro Stitcher. I think we ordered one of those for you, Gail, and I don't know if we've gotten it yet or we talked.
I haven't picked up. I haven't.
Yes. So, just remind me, and I'll check on that for you.
I haven't forgotten about it.
Mine is not a playbook with workbook. It's still, if it's the inspiration guide, it's still the same thing.
So they've evolved a little too, and I think they've gotten better.
Yeah.
Like the Triumph inspiration guide is different from the Ovation one.
Yeah, and this is going to have practical. It more works you through it. I don't know if this is going to have projects. This is going to be project based. This is going to be more skill based. Are these inspiration guides?
The
workbook that we have,
the front door,
the Mastering Your IQ workbook, that is walking you through projects. So the inspiration guide, this is how they describe it. Explore all the techniques and accessories that will make your sewing and embroidery experience with the Baby Lock Solaris not only enjoyable, but inspiring. So it's going to walk you through, like we said, techniques and accessories. That's what that's all about. So those are up. They're on the clearance page. That's where you're going to go for these. Clearance page. Clearance tab.
And supplies are limited. So
yeah.
Like don't sit on this.
We're not going to be getting more.
I mean, when I talked about that PQ 1500, it pretty much sold immediately, and So don't wait.
I started working on the clearance. I know you've been waiting for it.
Can we just give them a date as to when? Will you work on it over the weekend?
I will work. It'll go up. Should we just give them a day? It'll be up. Because I want it next Tuesday.
So that way we have got the weekend to do it.
Should we do next Tuesday? Okay, next Tuesday. I promise that the Kimberbell clearance sale will go up next Tuesday. Okay. Oh.
What else?
I want to talk to you about... I want to stitch this weekend. I'm dying to get my nativity pillow done, and as far as mini quilts, I'm planning on doing those. We'll start December. Okay. I wanted to talk to you about. So I buy some of my supplies from Brewer Sewing, Brewer, Brewer, and they're doing free freight. So when they do free freight, I can pass.
We almost always pay freight.
They do it a couple of times. I'd say they'll probably do it like 4 times a year. So I usually let you know when they have free freight. They do sell out of stuff. And it's really more for our local ladies, because then it's like usually the big stuff and I have to ship it to you wherever you are if you're not from in town. Not that you can't take advantage of it. I will be happy to ship. But if you are local, they're doing free freight. You can go directly onto their website. They're not going to give you prices, but you can look around and see what they have and let me know. But
look at big stuff like
cutting mats. Like I'm going to be ordering, our cutting mat's getting a little rutted, so I'm going to be ordering our Martelli cutting mat to replace ours. So cutting mats, a bag. So if you want a Tudo, like the Tula pink ones are so cute. This one I usually buy them. So if you want something like that, I don't know. I think they have irons on there, bolts of batting, but they sell out. So if you want a bolt of batting, I usually do the bolt of batting at 30% off. So if you want to get Hobbs 80/20, I can order you a bolt of batting, and then we'll do a discount off of it. So, but the bigger things, if there's anything that you need, let me know. And yeah, you gotta hide shoot. Let me know. And like I said, you can go directly onto their website, but it's going to be the bigger items. Like if you want like a folding table for your machine or something like that, they have those. Anything else you can think of, babe?
I don't think so. It has been very busy in service. We are doing our best to maintain 2 weeks, but at the rate that we're going right now, we're probably falling a little behind. I will also mention this, was it a week ago I talked about what had happened with that quilting machine?
Oh, we had another issue.
So I had another machine come in. Somebody dropped a machine off for service, was quoted $149. They were charged $289. They replaced a tension unit in the machine, which they said wasn't working. And then when the machine came back to the customer, they were given 3 or 4 screws that they couldn't figure out where those screws went. The machine wasn't winding bobbins correctly. So the machine is here. And we're going to do kind of a time and materials job. But it's just one of those scenarios. I mean, that was one of our questions was,
did you want to pay more? Not have it.
Why didn't you just bring it to us? And I don't know if it's the fact that we're 2 weeks out. But, and I'm just not in the comments of talking trash. But I really feel like what's happening at the other primary service shop in town is criminally negligent.
Patrick.
No, it is. Like, it's just, the stuff that we're seeing. And it was funny because I immediately commented when she goes, my bobbins won't wind correctly. I go, your bobbin winder's not put back correctly. And she goes, well, when I went to pick up the machine, it wasn't installed at all. And so just be aware. We're worth the wait. And,
we're worth it.
I mean, it's just one of those things. We're $99 an hour. So if it takes Dax an hour to basically fix how the machine was returned, that'll be a $350 repair, where it could have just been serviced for $149 and been done, and we wouldn't have replaced the tension unit that didn't need to be replaced and all that stuff. So
yeah, if you want a wool mat, like the big one, like I have a big one because I have like a long table, and when I want to really iron, yardage, I use my big mat. So that is something that they do have, Margaret. So if you want one of because the regular mats, they don't charge me shipping, and we have some wool mats here. But if there's a large size that you want, let me know. Piping cord you can get here. We carry it here. We carry 530 seconds.
I'm going to get to work.
530. I'm just going to answer a couple of these questions. 530 seconds is the size that I really like, because I find that that's the biggest size that I can use with my cording foot on my Serger. So 630 seconds, now it's starting to push the foot up a little bit. Miss Gail Carson, I will get you a roll. Let me know if you want the 30 yards, the 108 by 30 yard, or the 96 by 30, because I think that's all they're doing right now. So I need to know if you want 108 or 96 inches. And Margie, I will combine those for you. Emails to another reason. And okay, I think that's it. I am going to be here most of the day. My friend Lynn's going to pick me up a little bit early, and then I will not be here Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Although I would check my emails and see if I can get back to you. Just let me know if you need anything. Got that, Gail. Be creative, make something awesome, and I'm hoping to stitch this week, and hopefully I'll have some videos to post for you. Oh, I did want to tell you, Needle Notebook class is, if you ordered Needle Notebook and you're still waiting for it, I'm still waiting for the patterns. They were supposed to be out on the 13th and shipped, and I haven't gotten it yet. So I will check in on that. I did put up a class, and I think I put it up for the 14th of November to give myself some time to get the patterns and get them to you, as well as the kits. I started kitting yesterday. So kits, I think kits will be, I'll have them ready on Tuesday. They'll probably be, I'm going to have them here for the gals so they can finish putting them together. But there will be kits. We will be doing the size small and the size medium. And your kit is going to have your fabric, your decor bond. It'll have your steam-a-seam. So I looked at the instructions, and I think I'll pretty much have everything in there for you, except whatever stabilizer you're going to use in your hoop. So, because some people had asked about that, so kits are coming. A rotating mat, I can get that for you too, Asuli. If it's the, I think, do I use the Martelli one? I use the one I love, I think, is the Martelli, and I think I actually have some of those in stock. So, anyways, have a great day. Email me if you need anything, and we will see you. I'll see you next week, and Patrick will see you tomorrow. Bye.